Hey guys, Veebat here with another V play, and I'm flying with a Rumple. Rumple actually gifted me this plane, and it's starting to become, well, I mean, it's a trend. It's not, again, it's not a requirement for a review, guys, but, if I don't have it, I can't review it, I guess. But he said he managed to get this on a deal, so he said, you should fly this. It's a good plane. I obliged, hopped in it, and immediately hopped into a flight with him because I wanted him to show me the ropes. What is this plane capable of doing? And I even mentioned it at the end of the last video with the SC-100. I'm like, oh, the French planes, they're neat. They kind of buck the trends. They do their own thing. And I mentioned, think I called it the ADC-10, but it's the AD10C2. If now I feel like an idiot because I'm doing the review and I should already know, but I wasn't expecting much from this plane, but it is super maneuverable, and it's not just maneuverable in the traditional sense of, oh, it has an 8.2 turn time. Yeah, it's got an 8.6 second turn time, but this thing, like, I can stall it and it just drops the nose over. It can do a really quick, like, immediate turn. It's very interesting. It almost behaves like a biplane with that really big vertical stabilizer in the back. That vertical stabilizer in the back almost operates as a wing, the elevator, and then the horizontal stabs on the outer edge just are out there far enough that it can maintain yaw control. But weird landing gear, and then a tail gunner on a fighter like this, like, it's all in the back end of the aircraft. It's such a neat plane. Nothing about this thing is traditional. It carries 120 in the nose and two 7.5 machine guns, very unique machine guns, very French. And oh, look at that, there's my tail gunner. I just wanted to try this out, but look at that arc of fire, and I'm like calling for help. I shouldn't be doing this, but Rumple and I have, like, I think this is the fourth battle we played, and we had some really good ones, we had some okay ones, and then even the losses were still good games. But here we are back into it. I'm like, man, I really wish I would have recorded some of the earlier battles, but I was rendering a video, which is the same software I do to do a review, and just had to wait, and here we are in what I think is a really good game. Rumple did a fantastic job as a wingman. Like, every time I turned, there he was. It looks like we were going to hit each other. We weren't going to hit each other. We knew what we were doing. I realize now that that's Regis. Was it Eugenio Regis? I see him a lot, and he's usually flying with Beto RS. I'm probably butchering those names, but if you guys are here in the comment section, tell me what I'm saying wrong. But those guys, every time I fly with them, they do really good teamwork. So it's nice to be flying with a wingman that's like a wingman. Like, Rumple is on me. Like, I'm flight lead and he's wingman, and he's just right there with me. And maybe this was just happenstantial, but it worked out really well. The thing I like about this plane is that despite that it's a turn fighter, it actually has pretty good altitude performance. The altitude performance is like 3,900, 3,700. Either way, when you're looking at this tier, that's a pretty decent altitude, and it can actually operate a little bit higher than that if need be, and it maintains this maneuverability, and it can boost up to 300 miles an hour. Again, at tier 5, that's pretty good. I'm just doing, like, momentary glances at the numbers. I'm like, okay, yeah, so the cruise speed of the SE-100 was 298, and then a boost speed of 335. If this thing can boost up to 300 miles an hour as a turn fighter and maintain pace with everything else, it's going to be doing just fine. And I originally thought, you know what, this tail gunner, what's this thing going to do with those two machine guns in the back? Those are piddly. Well, it's the same guns you got going forward, essentially, minus a 20. And I originally was like, okay, this is going to be an assist generator, because that tail gunner is going to constantly popping off shots and hitting aircraft, and it might not kill them initially, but it'll cause some damage. So when somebody else kills them, you're going to get 75 points. And that is not the case. It actually does really well. You just saw we got Raptor Duo, by the way. That's when I knew that this is going to be the recording to stick. But even here, we're in the climb, we're getting up above, sorry, it's only 3,200 feet. But we got up above 3,200 feet, and we're doing just fine. Like, my altitude performance for max min altitude in the SE-100 is 4,921, and that's a heavy fighter. I mean, once you get above that, there's not much else to go after, and this would still have the reach to be able to tease away some of the health of the SE-100 if he was flying above us, or another heavy aircraft to be able to coax him back down to our altitude. So that's something I usually don't see, is the flexibility in a turn fighter to be able to affect the battlefield in that way. So you got the speed, you've got the altitude performance that makes it desirable, like a mid-altitude fighter, and oh, by the way, it still has the maneuverability that everybody wishes that they had. It carries a tail gunner, which just seems like massive overkill, and the gun power at 150 damage per second is nothing to ignore at this tier. That is very good. Tip of the spear, again, working as a team, really getting this together. And there's that tail gunner. Just look at that damage. Just knocked it right off of that aircraft to be able to knock in a tail gunner kill. This might be another viable aircraft for trying to knock out tail gunner kills. We just got Guardian of the Sky. We've been holding just this center sight. This is what I've mentioned before. In a turn fighter, this map is perfect. You can get to the center, you sit over an airfield, you just turn and turn and turn, and when you got two guys that are watching each other's back, it is super easy to be able to knock out targets. We're pretty much at the end here. We're working together. I see this aircraft. I'm hiding behind the mountain. I can see him on the mini-map, and my allies can see me on the mini-map, but what you might not realize is that he couldn't see me, even though he's a bot. I didn't appear until I had actually shot up on the other side of that mountain, was able to get down and over on him. I just wanted to get a little piece of him there and let Rumpel take him, but didn't need to. Rumpel was doing just fine. We both got over 13,000 personal points on this battle. What a great plane, what a great match, and man, I'll tell you, it was just a lot of fun. So thanks again, Rumpel. What an excellent match. And what you're going to see now is the actual recording of me reacting to the gameplay. So here we go. Oh, Rumpel! That was the best battle we had all night. That was great. I wish he was in Teams. He was in Discord with me, but best battle of the night. I mean, I had one where I did really well, but I like it so much more when you play together and you both do well. Like this is hard to get. Even when Postal and I play, it's hard to get where we both have a good game. And playing against Eugenio Regis, if I'm pronouncing that right, this guy's really good. So is Beto RS. They're both really solid players. But being able to come out on top against another solid flight, man, what a great battle, and what a great map and plane. Great map for this plane, and just, yeah. Rumpel, thanks again. I mean, thank you. That was, it was great. What a fun night, and I'm just not bad for a $5 plane. Not bad at all, man. Not bad at all. Just great. I really, I don't know. Sorry. This was a lot of fun. I never thought I'd actually have this thing. I thought, no, that's a neat looking plane, but I don't know. It's just another turn fighter. I'm not a big fan of turn fighters, but the altitude performance isn't bad at all for this tier. This is a really, this is the review, buddy. You're in it. Oh man, what a fantastic flight. That was great. The gun power is more than what we were at, what I was hoping for. The tail gunner actually did pretty well in a few instances when we got it on target. I thought it was more like, oh, this will be a nice kind of get an assist here and there, but it really did surprise me. What a neat looking plane. And I have no complaints. This thing, it doesn't have it on here, but there's soft stats of just this thing can kick turn like you wouldn't believe. Just how quick we were able to get the nose around. It really is a stellar platform. It only has 120 millimeter cannon, two 7.5s, but 150 damage a second, and it's pretty good sustain. Just letting that thing just sing. Very centrally located weapons. Yeah, the machine guns are mounted in the wings, but they're mounted right in the wing roots where these weird little humps are, and man, that was just an absolute great time. So Rumpel, thanks again. What a great flight. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed playing, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Always getting closer. I'm marching till it's over. I'm just like a soldier.